So the palm cross that you saw just now, as well as these lovely Easter lilies from my garden, are two very strong symbols of Easter, and so also is the tradition of the Easter services. And in today's video, my husband is going to show you how to use palm leaves to make those palm crosses. He's going to start off using the paper first to show you clearly step by step how to do it, and then he'll use the palm leaves. If you've never been here before, my name is Marlene. Welcome to Marlene's How To's, my home and garden channel. So if you've been on my channel for a while, you'll know that I came from the island of Jamaica and I live in the US. And back there we would have many coconut trees, and that's typically what we would use to make our palm crosses. You can use palm leaves though, that is perfectly fine. And so now this is one of the leaflets that came off of the palm tree, and the larger structure is called the palm frond. And just wanted to give you a scale of what it actually looks like in terms of size. You may have little blotches here and there, but that's perfectly fine. As long as they're small, you are okay. The main thing is to make sure that it's about 8 inches if you're making the size that I showed you earlier. And so we're going to be getting 3 of them here because we are doing 3 today. So he's going to walk you through with it, and he'll show you step by step how he's going to do it. You can see showing you that there's a midrib right there, and that's actually that helps to keep the leaflet sturdy. So he's going to go through and get that taken out. And so it's always best to just do it by hand, than to try to use, like, say, a knife or try to use a scissors, because it may end up going slightly off and then it doesn't look nice. It's best to just go along with it the way it goes in nature. It just slides right along and it makes it so easy for you. And so once you have done the one side, then you're going to go through and get the next side done. And even though it looks very, very slim, kind of narrow, they are pretty firm. And so they do need to be removed, because if not, then it's not going to have that fluid motion that you want. And then the next thing again is that it needs to be about, based on the size that we're making, I'd say about 1/2 inch in width. So it's really perfect when you slide it that way down. So, it will be exactly what you need. And if you're a crafter, you can always use them maybe to do other things, because, they're really firm. And so, they have other uses that you can use them, or maybe even something for cooking or something if you use it that way. So he's starting off first with a paper to show you very clearly, step by step, exactly how you would go about doing it. So first, you're going to go ahead and put them perpendicular to each other. You have one behind the other. And then he's going to go ahead and fold it over. You just want to make sure that you squeeze the corner in so that way it's going to fit very snugly. And then you wrap it behind as he has there. And then over again. Then you flip it over and you just inspect and make sure that it's okay. And then you go back one more time and you're going to stick it through the little loop that you just made. So you're going to slowly slide it in and then just flatten the sides. And of course, it could just be, like a nice little thing that you do for a craft for kids. If you just wanted to use paper and have it in there, that's perfectly fine. But this is just to show you, so you can see very clearly exactly how to make it. And then we'll move on to doing it, using the cross. So you go in and you stick it in at the top. And just, take your time and get it through there, because it needs to be a snug fit so that it's going to hold up really well together. And then once it has gone through, you just go ahead and pull it gently through. So far, so good. See, it looks really neat. And then you're going to go ahead and take it and just stick it through the top. Just stick it down and feed it on through until it comes down. It's just trying to show that you really want to make sure it has a snug fit, and it will go through, once you've wrapped it around, so no worries there. And if you like, you can leave the loops, as a curve, depending on what pattern how you want to dress it or make it for yourself. But we typically just flatten them out based on what we're doing there. So that's pretty much it right there. Turned out really, really nice. So now we're going to go ahead and use the palm leaves and go through the same steps. And it's always good to have, a few extras. So if you make any mistakes, you can always go back and get it done again. And if you are liking this video so far, I do hope that you will give me a thumbs up. So that way it sends a good message over to YouTube so they can have it go out to more people. And the good thing about the palm leaf too is that it's very forgiving. So, and it's nice and smooth. So it really helps to make the whole process a lot easier. And the lines are really nice and straight. Once you have run it along, you don't have to worry that it's, not going to fit properly. So it makes it really, really easy. Because my husband, he did quite a few of these, growing up with, so, it's very straightforward for him to do. So I was very appreciative that he was able to do this, to have it show for you. Because it's really a nice custom to do, to give them out, at your church or maybe to the kids, in a little group that you have. Kids always like to get little things like these. Of course, it's for the adults as well, too. They're nice for bookmarkers, they're just good, symbols to use for that time. And I just love the colors. And of course, you can have them dried and then you can have them preserved for a really, really long time. I'd love to see your comments, and if you ever tried making any of these before, if you've ever seen them done, if this is your first time that you're seeing them, and what else you do, in your services, do you have like little musicals, little drama, things that you do with the palm leaves, waving them around, different, plays and acts and things like that. It varies from place to place sometimes. So it looks really, really good. I just love how it turned out. I think it's an excellent job that he did here. And I think it was very easy. And, you should be able to try one of these for yourself. And so, like I said, we're going to make 3. So we have 3 of them here, which is typically, a part of the whole Easter story. And you can arrange them in so many different ways, on so many different things. Or like I said, just hand them out. And so if you do like flowers and if you like gardening, then this is a channel for you. I do hope that you will hit the subscribe button and tap on the notification bell twice. So that way you never miss an upload. You're always notified. Now, as far as these lilies go, these actually grew in my garden and you too can have them. It's not very hard. They're very, very easy to care for as long as they grow in your zone. They grow from zones 5 to zones 11. And like when you get some of them, like during Easter, the potted ones, I'll show you in that video that I'm going to link at the end exactly how you can have them come up that way, from those. Or if you wanted to purchase bulbs, you can do it that way as well too. And I'll link that below for you as well. So you have different options that you can go by, so that you yourself can have your own Easter lilies to enjoy in your garden. They do bloom in May though, after Easter. The ones that you see in the store, those are given hormones so that they bloom a little earlier, but that's fine. They're wonderful to enjoy, like in the middle of spring. So here I have mine. I'm going to be using it as a bookmarker. And I just absolutely just love how it came out. They're just perfect in size. And of course, you can make them a little larger if you want. It depends on what you're going for. So I did want to leave you with a couple of, scenes from the islands, of some palm trees and some coconut trees. That was in the Bahamas, as well as this one as well. Look at that nice silver hue that this one has. I just absolutely love it. I just think it is so gorgeous. So there are different palms that you can use depending on the size that you're working with and where you are. There are so many different options that you can go for. But this one is just stunning, and it's right in front of the coconut tree. And this was a church that was over there as well too. And I just love those beautiful green windows along with everything else that's there. So I hope that this gave you some great ideas. I do thank you so much for watching. And I do hope to see you in the next video. Take care.